Hey guys, I'm going to show you guys how to write an exploratory paper, the beginning, the thesis paragraph. This is a research paper. This is not an argumentative paper. This is a basic facts paper, and that's what we're writing today. So let's get started on how to write a thesis paragraph. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at this piece of paper or this digital copy that I made for you guys that you're going to be working on. Now, my topic is um, Adolf Hitler's rise up through into becoming the powerful person he was in Germany. But first, I need to go through and take a look at the examples. And it says here, this is how you write a statement for a 5-paragraph research Satomer you note as a paper. Start to write the claim by taking the essential question and turning it into a restatement of the essential question. You're going to make it a sentence. So here's what I mean. Okay. What are the reasons that caused World War I? Well, we're going to make that an actual sentence, and I'll do that in a second because I'll do that right here on step number 2. That is, the cause of World War I was not a single reason, but there were several reasons that caused World War I. Okay, here's the example. We got to have a lead sentence. So before we get to our thesis statement, we have to have a lead sentence that brings us into the paper. It has to be something factual, like it says right here. Now, the example is what caused World War I. So let's take a look. Lead sentence, make a factual sentence. So what you're going to say has to be a truthful sentence. So here we go. World War I, or also known as the Great War, was the first time many countries chose sides and went to war with each other. True story, fact. Sentence 1, done. Now let's go to my second sentence. This is my claim. This is where I take my essential question right here and turn it into a statement or a sentence. Okay? The cause of World War I was not a single reason. There are several reasons that caused the war. Okay, so now I have 2 sentences of my thesis done. Now the next couple of pieces is where I take my subclaim questions, and you guys already know these. I take my subclaim questions and make them vague sentences. I don't make them full of facts. That happens in the paper. This is keeping it vague. Let me show you. So my first subclaim of my paper about World War I is this. How did Franz Ferdinand die? My second one is, what was the Schleifelin plan? And my third, why did Germany sink the Lusitania? Okay, well, let's turn these into vague sentences. Here we go. Be vague, it says. First subclaim. Remember, the first subclaim says, how did Franz Ferdinand die? And look what I wrote. Of the many causes, one was an Australian-Hungarian prince who was murdered. I don't name him, and I don't talk about how it happened. That happens in its own paragraph down below. Now, my second subclaim question was, what was the Schleifelin plan? And I write a vague sentence. Another reason was a German battle strategy that went wrong. I don't name the plan, and I do not explain what happened. And then the third one, why did Germany sink the Lusitania? That was my question. Here is my vague sentence for my thesis. The last reason was the sinking of a British luxury liner in Ireland by the Germans. I don't name the boat, and I don't talk about what happened. Now we're going to put all together. We're going to put together our lead sentence, our claim sentence, and our 3 vague sentences. Here we go. Let's take a look. This is my thesis paragraph for World War I. World War I, or known as the Great War, was the first time many countries chose sides and went to war with each other. The cause of World War I was not a single reason. There were several reasons that caused the war. Of the many reasons, one was an Austrian-Hungarian prince who was murdered. Another reason was a German battle strategy that went wrong. The last reason was the sinking of a British luxury liner in Ireland by the Germans. Now, as you can see, this is going to be my first paragraph of my research paper. 5 sentences. Let's do yours now. Now, I'm going to pretend that I'm writing one for my topic, which is Adolf Hitler. So my essential question is, how did Adolf Hitler rise to power in Germany? That's my essential question, okay? This is what I have to answer. All right, first thing I'm going to do, though, I'm going to write my lead sentence, something factual, and I've already kind of done it. I wrote this earlier. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste it right here. My lead sentence is something factual. Adolf Hitler was the man that controlled post-World War I Germany and drove it into World War II. All right? That's a fact. He did that. That is my opening sentence. It lets the reader know my paper's about Adolf Hitler. Okay, now I got to make a claim sentence. I have to turn this, how did Adolf Hitler rise to power in Germany, into a statement. Here's what I wrote. There are many reasons why Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany. That is my claim. Now I have to answer those. Now, the first one was, how did Adolf Hitler get into the party? The second subclaim question you remember from doing this in class is, what was Adolf Hitler's ideology? And the third one that we talked about is, let me see, his speaking abilities, I'm sorry, was his speaking abilities, okay? So now I'm going to go down here and turn them into vague sentences. So I'm going to go right here and grab and turn these into vague sentences. So I have my first vague sentence and I have my second vague sentence, okay? Let's see what they look like, okay? Right after World War I, there were problems with a new government that was established to run Germany. Number two, Adolf Hitler had an amazing way of speaking, and his abilities captivated his country. And number three, his ideology for making Germany powerful again was helped drive home by what he wanted. Okay, so again, my subclaim questions have to do with the Weimar Republic, his ability to speak, and the fact that everybody listened to what he wanted him, what his ideologies were. Okay, so those are my three. And now I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to link all five together. And this is what it looks like. Adolf Hitler was the man that controlled post-World War I Germany and drove it into World War II. Fact. There were many reasons why Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany. That's my claim. Right after World War I, there were problems with a new government that was established to run Germany. My first body paragraph is about that. Adolf Hitler had an amazing way of speaking, and his abilities captivated his country. My second body paragraph is all about that. His ideology for making Germany powerful again helped drive home what he wanted. My third and final body paragraph will be about that. And of course, the last paragraph will be a conclusion. More on that later. Now I want you guys to take this document and do the exact same thing. I want you to write, sorry for clicking all over. I want you to write your essential question here. I want you to write a factual sentence here. I want you to turn your essential question into a statement. I want you to put your 3 subclaim questions down. Those are what you're answering in your Cornell notes. And then I want you to turn your subclaim questions into vague sentences. And then I want you to put them all together so that it lays out the map of what your paper is going to be in your thesis paragraph. All right, guys, good luck. Let me know when you're done.